Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Spring Porter with Spring Solutions LLC. In this video, I am providing you with two deals. One is one of my students who got a deal in the Eastern District of Pennsylvania. This is her second deal there. I'm going to showcase that order with you, and then I'm going to show you the deal that I've received from what I am calling the slowest district in the U.S. Is the Middle District of Alabama. So if you're interested in hearing about these two deals, please stay tuned. Please note that I am not an attorney. This information is not indicated as legal advice. So this student of mine, I'm really proud of her for working in a very difficult district. If you have not seen the video that I did about processing times and how long it usually takes and what the difficult level is for those districts, watch that video. I'm going to post a link. I did a part 1 and a part 2, and in there I talk about this district and why it takes so long. But it is difficult to work in, to say the least. But she's still able to get 2 deals. This is her second deal done there, so I'm really proud of her for doing that. And she actually had a hearing before a judge, right? So she is really knowing what she's doing now. She has the experience working there. She knows what it takes to get a deal closed there. So I do expect more from her in the future. And so I'm really proud of that. And so this case is from 2019. I think it's a chapter 13. Yeah, it is a chapter 13. It says it right here on the order. She filed everything on the 29th of August. And then it was just approved on the 13th of October. So now the fund is for $2,368.73. That's for the full amount, and she charged 10%. I guess that's what her and the client negotiated. So it's $236 is her takeaway. So from this deal and the previous deal that I just covered, and I'll post a link to that video too about the student testimony. I think she's basically paid for the program. She's received her money back from what she paid into the program. So it's $500 on the program, and she got $236, and I think the other one was $250. So she's just under, I think, the $500 mark. So just let that be an initial indicator. Okay, you paid $500 into the program. Let me see what deal that I can go back and at least get back the money that I got first, and then you continue to make more. So that's really, what you should be looking at. But she's done a really good job, and so I'm really proud of her. And you can see that the funds went directly to her company, Burger Funds Recovery LLC. And so, again, don't let a difficult district hinder you. They still work with third parties. You don't have to be a lawyer. And she's still doing what she needs to do. So just don't be intimidated by things that are a little bit difficult, because if it's more difficult, you probably will have less competition in that area. That's kind of a no-brainer. The easier that it is to see the deals and the easier that it is to work, you'll probably have more competition. But the more claims that you see, and also areas where it's more difficult, you probably will have a little less competition. So it just really depends on what's going on. So I'm going to cover my deal now, and then I'll see you in the next slide. Thanks. Okay, so in this slide, I'm showing you the order that I received in the Middle District of Alabama, the slowest district that I think that there is out there. They take so long. It's the South, and they move really slowly. This is not a priority. March the 21st is when I mailed this to the clerk. They did not file it until April, and then I did not get the actual order until the 7th of this month. Not even for that much, $1,057, and I charged 33%, so my takeaway is $350. I let the clerk have an earful. I was very professional. I had been sending emails. Nobody ever responded via email. So whenever I called them, they were always friendly, and they gave me the Southern charm. But I basically just told them, it really should not take this long. If there aren't any hearings, there isn't a deficiency, there are no objections, there's no real issue as to why this should take this long. And especially if it's not even for that much. I couldn't get an answer. Maybe I will, I don't know. Maybe they'll finally call me back and tell me why it takes so long. I sent an email, and then I called and I asked, and they're like, we were just waiting on the judge's signature. We always have to wait on the judge's signature. So that's the only thing that I can tell you why they take so long. I had another issue with the mailing clerk. They put my address correctly on the order. The P.O. box is where everything is supposed to go to. But for some reason, on the certificate of service, and that is the mailing certificate, they have a former address that I lived years ago. why are you mailing things to a former address? Who gave you that information? Like, I called and I said, why are you mailing it to some place that I no longer live when I'm telling you in my documents where to mail it? This is my business. Should go to my P.O. box. I have it right here on the order that the judge just signed. And she's like, oh, I don't know. We need to check into that. And I'm like, well, what is there to check? I have right here, I'm telling you, I'm verbalizing who I am and where I want my mail to go, and it's on my documents that was just approved. So that's just weird. They do things strangely there. I did get an email back from that clerk basically saying that moving forward, I guess she had spoken to a manager or something, and she said moving forward that they're only going to mail it to basically what's on the documents, which it should be like that. I don't know why they would try to go above and beyond and look everywhere else. It doesn't make sense, especially if I'm the one who's filing the information. I think I know where I live, right? So anyway, that's strange. This district, although the documents are easy to file, you will get it approved. They will send you the check directly, but you're going to be waiting a long time, and no one's going to be able to give you a reason as to why it takes so long. The last correspondence, I did mail the judge's clerk or the aide, and I basically gave them, a long email saying, hey, it really shouldn't be any reason why this is taking so long. Can you please let me know, like, if it's going to be like this in the future? Like, can I put on the letter, like, periodically, like, call? Like, I don't understand. I was trying to figure out, like, why is your processing like this? I really think that they probably don't have a lot to process for these, and maybe they just put it at the bottom of their list. So, I mean, I really can't tell you, to be honest. This is not that large of an area, this middle district, but they are just, they move slowly. So I'm just cautioning you, if you work in the Eastern District of Pennsylvania or the Middle District of Alabama, it's going to take some time. The Eastern District of Pennsylvania, use your discretion. That's going to be a lot more difficult. One, you got to go there to the courthouse to look at the documents. And then also you're going to have a hearing. And in this district, you don't have any of that, but you're just going to be waiting a long time. So these are the more difficult and strange districts to work. But you pick where you want to go. All the ones that I have gotten approved, I did not have to get a lawyer at all. They do work with third parties. And even the most difficult district, again, the Eastern District of Pennsylvania, you don't need a lawyer at all. And my student went to court without one because she knows her documents and she knows what she's doing. So I'm just saying, if you have any questions pertaining to this, again, these methods are in the $500 program. Please email me if you have questions, springsolutionsllc@gmail.com. And I will answer your questions for you. The link is also in the description box if you're interested. Until then, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.